Hello, beautiful people. Hello, hello. Welcome in, Soul Tribe, Soul Fam. I'm Ada with Unconventional Counseling, and today I'm feeling pretty raw. You know when you have a therapy session that just blows your whole mind wide open? You know, or a conversation that does that. I was processing today in a session with my therapist about the experiences that I had as a child and how I don't feel connected to my family. Astrologically, I have Saturn in my 4th house. I'm in my Saturn return right now, Saturn in Aquarius, so there's quite a lot of stuff coming up around family and feeling a level of distance, coldness, detachment, having power be abused, of feeling controlled and manipulated, of people speaking to me all mean, It's a very, very sensitive kid. I cry very often until I developed a super thick skin and got really angry. And then I had to shed that because I'm a black femme, so can't be the angry black woman trope, right? Can't do that. Can't do that. You're not allowed to be angry. Bullshit. But when I shed that and became very sweet and very docile, I also became very palatable. Not only for the world and anyone I met, but also for my parents, my family. I was the sweet one. The sweet one also meant that I didn't talk about what hurt or the things that I was angry about in the family, not as much. Or I would, but I would kind of couch it in fairly diplomatic advice. I've been giving advice to my maternal mom since I was 11 or 12. What did I know about the world? What did I know about work environments? What did I know about grown folks' relationships? I knew too damn much, I can tell you that. So in the therapy session I had today, this is the type of stuff we were talking about. Stuff that I don't really like to talk about. I'm a whole human in the world. I'm a spiritualist. I'm so sweet a lot of the time. Not every single moment, but a lot of the time. I'm very considerate and stuff and thoughtful. I do my healing work. And I get surprised continuously when Spirit shows me other spaces and places to grow in. And I take it up. When I have the capacity, I take it up willingly. And I get to work. Because I really care about being a thoughtful and considerate part of this globe that we're all on. Even though the people that raised me, it seems like I believe now that maybe they didn't care enough. That wasn't a value of theirs. To care about the people that they don't know as well, people that don't look like them, people that somewhat might consider strange or vulnerable, the vulnerable populations, the traumatized individuals. I have a heart for the people that exist in this world, and their existence is really, really hard. Just to be, right? The folks who are disabled or chronically ill, the folks who are mentally ill or depressed or anxious or severely traumatized, the folks who are Black and brown and indigenous, the folks who grew up poor or working class or straddle between the poverty line today or for much of their life, the folks who are crippled with fear. And I care about each and every one of them. And there are other folks that I know I didn't mention. I know my non-binary baddies, the folks who are along the gender spectrum, trans folks, people who think way outside the box, the people who this channel is for. The people who this channel is for. I care about y'all because I'm one of y'all. Even before I knew I was queer, even before I knew I was non-binary, even before I understood that I was so sensitive, I cared about y'all. I was taught something different, and then I found my identities. I rediscovered. I started to grow into who I am. But it was a fight to get here. It was a fight to get to a place of accepting and loving who I am. And I didn't do it with the support of BioFamily. And so all of y'all folks that didn't have BioFamily or don't have BioFamily, you are welcome here too. However you identify, you are welcome here too. I realized today in therapy that it's hard for me to be vulnerable in front of other people. Isn't that interesting? I'm a whole counselor. I sit and I feel so honored to listen to and witness and grow alongside people who are vulnerable with me every single day. Every single day. I praise vulnerability. I think it is courageous. I think it is strong. I think it is beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'm no longer in a place where I think it's not beautiful for me either. I'm so grateful for therapy. I'm so grateful that I know that now, that it's courageous for me too. But it's still hard for me to say that I'm sad or that I'm angry. I'm really, really fucking angry. Anybody who knows me knows how sweet I am. And I am so angry. I'm so angry that I moved to tears. I'm hurt too. But I'm angry. I'm angry that my parents were abused. And they unconsciously, I don't know, had 6 kids, raised 6 kids, 6 adults. Who all experienced their own traumas. Some at the hands of our parents, some because we're Black people in the world, some because we're individuals on our own journey, and we draw on the things for us for our healing. Some things that were just completely unfair and uncalled for, and horrible, horrible. Angry that I didn't have parents who loved me in ways that I deem and define love. To be supportive of my endeavors, no matter how high or how far I wanted to go. To tell me that it was okay to cry and be vulnerable, and it was okay to scream, and it was okay to yell. That maybe it wasn't okay outside of the 4 walls that we had, but that I could carry on. I would carry on inside my room. I would be in my room by myself, angry, fuming. All I wanted was to just be on my own. Because when I was a kid, I was on my own a lot. So it became my defense. It became my protection. And so vulnerability would get in the way of that. Intimacy? What? Actual, deep, authentic connection? That would mean I'd have to leave my room. My nose is running. You know? I'm rediscovering all of these things during a Venus retrograde in Capricorn. Integrity is a word that's continuing to reverberate in my mind during this time. Did I get treated in the ways that I believed I deserved? No. Do I believe that the people who raised me have shifted or grown or changed and I can open myself up to them fully to do life with? No. Am I sad about that or hurt by that or angry about that? Yeah. Yeah. And this, sharing these feelings and channeling it into something that hopefully is helpful to someone else, and doing something creative. I'm just recording myself, but it's considered creative, right? Is so different than what I used to do. Me in the old world times, that's what I call the before times, the pandemic, before the pandemic. In the old world, I don't even know if I would have named what I was feeling. I don't know if I would have known that I was hurt and angry and sad and why. I might have just had a passing thought about the therapy session I had earlier today. I would have had, a pizza place on speed dial. I probably would have gone to the store and gotten some ice cream to top it off too. I would have eaten until my stomach hurt. Because that level of hurt felt so much more, I felt like I could do something with it. What do I do with years of trauma and witnessing trauma? What do I do? How do you touch that? You can't touch that, but you can eat it. That's what I used to think in the old world. And I did. Many, many, many times I did. And there are ways that my body's still recovering. And I'm still figuring out how to eat in ways that are healthful and not harmful. I'm still figuring out how to not hurt myself with food. Did you know that self-harm is not just what people anticipate? It's not just one thing. Self-harm is anything we do or don't do that will contribute to our pain and we knowingly do it anyway. Anything. Food, emotional eating, binge eating, that was my self-harm. That was one of them. Maybe I don't know other ones, but that was one of them. Probably also codependent relationships. Just like not acknowledging my needs. That was probably another form of self-harm for sure. Everyone's been through something. And if you have the space, if you get to have the space, if you allow yourself the space, if you take the space to look back at what you've been through, I hope that you feel so proud of yourself for surviving, for learning, for growing, for becoming something so different than what you were given. I hope that you show love to yourself today in a way that doesn't hurt you. in a way that would make your future self proud. I can't wait to see and hear how your vulnerability has impacted you or inspired you to be vulnerable too. Okay? Until next time, I'll see you in the future.